Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's going on, guys? Well, this is a special Come On Keeping It Real. We are back on Come On Mountain.
Day one.
Day one. And I am not alone. We have got some life on the mountain now. These guys have came all the way to Florida. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
I'm Michael,
I'm Lissa.
and
These are our littles. Talon.
come up here,
Serenity,
littles.
Come up here, guys.
Jacob.
Introduce yourselves.
introduce yourselves.
Talon. I'm Serenity. And I'm Jacob.
And we're the Smiths.
They are the Smiths. This is my nephew, my nieces, or my great niece, my niece, and my great nephews. And they are going to be living on the mountain with me for the foreseeable future.
Neighbor.
Neighbor. They've got a beautiful RV that they bought there in Florida. And they sold their house last year and decided to kind of do the same type of journey that I'm doing, wanting to kind of get away a little bit and live a little bit more self-sustainable and, bring the family closer together. And, because they all hang out like a hair in a biscuit anyways. And so they decided to downsize and to get an RV and to buy some land there in Florida. And it was all going good until the county commission 3 months later changed all the regulations to where they was not allowed to have their RV on their land anymore and was going to have to put a house immediately on there, which wasn't really feasible. So, hold up.
Bless you.
So I was actually contacting my nephew here because I was watching this little Facebook videos of him clearing the driveway and the land and stuff like that. And I was like, nephew, you need to get on YouTube, son. And one thing led to another. We got to talking and they told me about their situation and what was coming up. And I told them, I said, well, up here in Arkansas, we don't have those kind of problems.
Man.
And they was actually just got back from a trip from Arizona. Right?
Yep, Arizona.
Kind of looking at places and stuff like that. They was thinking about leaving Florida anyways. And I was like, do you really want to go to the desert? I mean, come on. I mean, deserts are cool and all to visit. but you will miss the greenery. So I offered them to come up here and to stay on Come On Mountain and introduce them to my realtor so they can start their land search and all of that. And I could really use the help up here. And also, it'd be nice to have some movement here on the mountain. And so one thing led to another, and we decided that, yes, it would be a good move for their family and also for myself. And also they're wanting to start their YouTube journey as well. And what better way to start a YouTube journey than to actually move on a mountain with somebody that does YouTube full time that can kind of teach them the behind the scenes and kind of shorten that learning curve a little bit. Because when I started YouTube, I didn't have that. Nobody around me did YouTube. I knew nothing about YouTube. And I kind of had to, kind of take my knocks and kind of learn as I went. So now I can kind of pass the knowledge that I've learned the last couple of years onto them and shorten the learning curve a little bit. And these guys behind me, funny thing was the main thing they wanted for Christmas was a YouTube channel.
That's what they wanted. Start a YouTube.
And it just so happens that, their uncle is a YouTuber. So it kind of worked out. And now, I mean, they're pumped. Y'all excited?
Yeah.
They are excited. Boy, they have been counting down the days. And this one right here literally counted down the miles.
Man, the whole trip, the whole 1,000.
You want to talk about making a long trip longer? Count those miles every 5 miles and those minutes. Every time I would call him on the way, because I was actually traveling from Mississippi at my friend's 3 Mississippi's house. And every time I would talk to him, it's like, Uncle David, we are 1 hour and 45 minutes away. We are 138 miles away, Uncle David. And then literally like 10 minutes later, Uncle David, we are 128 miles away. We are going to arrive at 7 o'clock. And all of that stuff. So I think somebody was a little bit excited. And also, she colored me a picture. Check this out.
Ooh. Stand up, sweetie.
I told her, I said, I want you to color me a picture on your trip of what you think that Come On Mountain looks like. And this is what she drew me, guys. So there you go. That's Come On Mountain. Right there, we got some birds at the top. We got the little mountains. We got a little water action. So we're going to be hanging this up in the cabin. And I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. So thank you. You got a big old smile. So I'm going to turn it over to these guys for a minute. And they can kind of tell you a little bit about, you know, the preparation and stuff to get up here. And what their goals are and kind of plans and stuff like that. That way y'all can get to know them a little bit because y'all are about to see an awful lot of them. So, go ahead.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So like Uncle Dave was saying, we all lived in a town in Florida. We had almost 2,000 square foot, 4-bedroom, triple wide. And everybody was on top of everybody. So we sold our house and we bought our camper. It's a 30-foot camper. We bought some property out by the river in a county in Florida where we could legally pull a permit, park our camper, get a power pole, septic, and then right as we finished clearing off most of it, we got our driveway finished, submitted paperwork. The county commission told me that my permit was no longer going to be any good and that I had to put a permanent structure of some kind on the land within the next 30 days because I had already been there about 5 months and you can be there 6 months without having a structure. So of course we didn't plan for a structure. We didn't want a trailer. We wanted to have tiny living on our own land and build as we went. And it kind of got snatched up out from under us. Yeah. So when we seen the opportunity, we sold our bigger belongings. We had another pop-up camper. We sold that, some of our bigger tools. Sold Uncle Dave the Jeep that we was gonna get fixed, yeah. And that really put us up there for the move. And yep, he brought our kayaks for us.
Yep.
And some of them we brought some ourselves, and we just packed it all up and brought it all to the mountain. We're gonna find us some acreage up here on the mountain and start our own little homestead, and that's gonna be our goal, to be in the homestead community, to be in the YouTube community. We're gonna start our YouTube channel and really be on it. We want to document our journey so you guys can see our journey. And also a good way for us to look back and just remember the good times.
And for your family that's not here,
right,
to be able to kind of see what y'all have going on.
Because that was a big deal.
Yeah, it was.
None of our family really wanted us to leave. Everybody took it really hard. Everybody took it different. But it was the decision that we felt was right for us and our family.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, guys, that's what you got to look out for, is right here.
That's right.
Your core is what you got to chase your happiness. You can't live somewhere because of their happiness. You know what I mean? And I know y'all been wanting to get out for a while.
Yeah, we need a fresh start.
Yeah, a fresh start. I mean, they grew up in that area and stuff like that. And sometimes when you grow up in an area and stay there your whole life, there's nothing wrong with it. And each into their own. I mean, I did it for a long time too. But in certain areas, you get stagnant.
Yes.
Right? Like there's no growth.
Right.
And what is life without growth? You know what I mean? And I think that's the point that they were at. And it's also the point I was at, the reason why I left. You know, I raised my kids. I became an empty nester and everything else. And I sat there and, you know, I have dreams, right? And sometimes when you have kids young and stuff like that, you got to put your dreams on hold and you got to grind and you got to take care of your family and all that other stuff. And as you should. And I did that. But then when my life changed, I became an empty nester and I got a divorce. I had to evaluate, are you happy? And I was not. The hardest thing I've ever done was leaving my kids and grandkids. You know, the first Christmas last year, not this past year, but the year before, was the hardest week that I think I've ever been through in my life, because it was the first time I didn't have my kids and grandkids during the holidays, because Christmas was always at my house. You know, when I was married and everything, it was a big event. It was everything. And to not have that, and literally I sat in Dallas alone, no dinner, I didn't even eat. My stomach was so messed up just from being upset and unhappy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I didn't even eat nothing for Christmas, you know. And it was tough. But you know, you got to make that move. I will say that, yeah, that was a rough week, but in all, I've been extremely happy, you know. And just like this trip that y'all just went on with me to go see my grandkids and everything else, I mean, they was ecstatic to see their papa and all of that. And my oldest, which is actually this one's age, is actually coming up here for the summer, and she's really, really looking forward to it. And I've always wanted to be that grandparent, be in a situation where I can be that grandparent to where my grandkids could look forward to coming to stay with me all summer. You know, just have that instead of being in childcare and stuff like that, because, you know, just like I was young and grinding and taking care of my family and stuff, you know, you got to make sacrifices. And the sacrifices are, it's not just the parents that make the sacrifices, it's the kids as well, because the kids has got to go to childcare and all that other stuff during their summer instead of enjoying their summer.
Right.
You know, unless you're in one of those situations where you can have a stay-at-home mom and work, or a stay-at-home dad and work, you know what I mean? Which is not normally the case these days. You know, it costs so much to live that just about everybody got to work. You know, you almost got to put the kids to work these days. Come on. You know, so I'm very glad that I finally made it to a situation to where I can be that. And so my older granddaughter's older at this time, and so we're going to start this year with like 1 month here on and see how it goes. And then when my younger granddaughter gets to be 5 years old, because they need to be somewhat self-sufficient to be here with when I work and stuff like that. That way they can be outside with me and stuff, and I don't have to like tunnel vision on them.
Yeah.
You
ain't
know,
gonna get anything done.
Yeah, I ain't gonna get nothing done. And my youngest granddaughter, she's a handful on her own, you know, right now. But so I'm looking forward to that. So, you know, to go away from my whole family and stuff like that and just kind of blaze my own path and stuff has been challenging, rewarding, challenging. It's been a range of emotions. So to have some family back on the mountain, I mean, feels good. I'm just as excited as they've been. I mean, we came up with this about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago or whatever.
And it happened fast.
Yeah. Kind of similar to when I left Florida. You know, I left in 3 weeks. I shut down a whole homestead, got rid of all my animals, all of that other stuff, and moved and was in Texas in 3 weeks and started and working. You know what I mean? They kind of did the same thing. He actually said he had a dream, like the night before I called.
It was so crazy. Like, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I literally woke up, and I told Lissa, I said, man, I had a weird dream. We moved. Like, I don't know where we were or what we were doing, but we were not here anymore. We were not in Florida. It's crazy. And then I kid you not even 2 hours later, Uncle Dave called me and was like, hey, you need to start a YouTube channel, man. I've been seeing what you've been doing. And like he said, we explained the situation and what happened. And he was like, well, come on up here, pack it up. Come on mountain.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that was my dream. It was like, there it is. And everything went into motion after that. I mean, the kids' teachers thought they were lying to them about moving. You know, we were telling them we're moving to the mountain with our YouTube and uncle. And the teachers came out and were like, listen, we don't take it kindly to the kids just making up stories. And we're like, we're serious. We're moving to the mountain.
Yeah. It's crazy. Funny story is Mike here, when he was younger, actually lived with me in Florida. In Zephyr Hills when I lived there. I had a little guest house behind my thing. And he was just starting out and stuff. And for y'all that follow my channel, y'all know I'm all about the kids. I'm all about mentoring the youth. And kind of just being a mentor. Because me growing up, I didn't have that strong male influence. You know, so I've kind of dedicated my life to mentoring kids and kind of being there and teaching them. And just, you know, morals and just, you know, respect and hard work and stuff like that. I have a certain message that I've been teaching for over 20 years.
I was 19.
To kids, yeah. And the cool thing about it is if you ask a 7-year-old that I mentored a couple years ago, my daughter actually filmed them all. And one night, well, not all of them, but there was a lot at Levi's graduation, and she took them out one by one and filmed them about what I meant to their life.
Oh,
And the message was absolutely the same all the way from the 7-year-old to the 33-year-old that was there. That's how long I've been doing this thing. You know what I mean? And he's one of them. You know, I'm his uncle. He's had, you know, not a lot of male influences in his life.
Not very much.
Yeah, not many, and I've been a very dominant one.
Not until much later on in life.
Yeah, much later on in life. And I kind of stepped in back then and kind of became a strong influence in his life or whatever. And not necessarily, you know, telling him what to do, but just teaching him what it was to be a man.
Leading by example.
You know what I mean? And he actually wrote me a letter a couple of years ago thanking me for just everything I've done for him over the years and stuff. It touched my heart. And that's kind of why I do what I do. And now to see him here with his family and all of that, all of these years later and stuff, I'm not even going to lie. It's pretty touching. It's pretty touching. And now I get to help shape these little guys and kind of let them know what their uncle's about and what he stands for and that kind of stuff. And you know, I'm definitely not perfect by no means. I've made a million mistakes in my life, but I do think that my message is strong, and my message is about how you treat others and how you go about life, being there for other people and not being selfish and being all about yourself. So many people these days are all just about what they can get out of something. And I am not that. I do think if you work hard and stuff, you should get something out of stuff. But at the end of the day, that's not what's important.
Right.
It's what you can give others that matter, and you will get a lot in return. And that's how you get what you're going to get. You know what I mean? And so to be able to kind of teach those things and stuff to the little guys here and stuff like that, I'm super excited about. They're pumped. They're ready. They're ready to get their hands dirty and, you know, get on these projects and go exploring the mountain and stuff. And just to see that young energy here and just the enthusiasm and stuff like that, I'm pumped. I mean, I'm ready to run through the wall right now and go get some stuff done because I'm feeding off their energy right now.
It's contagious.
Yeah, it's insane. You know, it's weird these days. You know, most kids, especially the older ones back here, you know, like, oh, I don't want to leave my friends and all that. Nah, not them.
No.
They was like, let's go. You know what I mean? Let's go. What?
I've never seen Talon so excited to really go somewhere he's never been. Even theme park, he was so excited. He was counting down.
Yeah, he's
the
like,
days.
rivers, hiking, kayaking, what? Woods,
Mountains.
exploring, what?
Yeah.
Mountains? Yeah, snow? Let's go.
Yeah,
You
they're all
know?
excited about that snow.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it is these guys are truly an outdoor family.
Yeah.
You know, I keep up with them, you know, over the years, and they're always camping or hiking or fishing or doing something or whatever. And that's what I told them about this place. I said, y'all watch my videos, y'all see what's around. If you love the outdoors, this is the place to be. I mean, it is the nature state, right?
Yeah.
That's what they call it, you know. So, and we are literally in the hub of it, you know. So you can explore forever here.
Can't wait.
And they're gonna get it. They got their kayaks and stuff. So now I got some kayak partners
You
and
better
stuff like
believe
that.
it.
And I'm actually looking forward to it because I know this one right here is gonna make me get my boat out.
Oh, we're gonna put that thing in the water.
You know, he's a pretty good little fisherman and stuff, and so I'm looking forward to learning from him as well. Because I don't have a lot of experience freshwater fishing. I lived in Tampa around the bays and stuff. I was always more of a saltwater fisher. You know what I mean? When I was a kid, I would do the rock pits and the bluegill and stuff like that. But that ain't nothing but some bread on a hook. Come
Yep.
on. You know, it's a little different when you're catching all the other stuff. Now, I can't catch some crappie now. Come on now.
Crappie.
And crappie's my favorite fish. That's that redneck lobster. Come on. And we got a nice crappie lake 3 miles from the house. So we're definitely going to get on that. Anything y'all want to say before we wrap it up, guys?
Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn notifications. Have a great day.
That was not scripted.
That was not scripted. I'm telling you, we got us a natural, guys. We got us a natural.
Yes.
And as you can see, she's the spokesperson. She's the littlest one and the spokesperson. The other two's a little quiet back there.
Yeah.
But we'll get them there.
Yeah.
We'll get them there.
Have a great day.
Yes, always have a great day. They're excited too. Both of them want to do their own little YouTube channel as well as stuff. So they're very excited. I know you do. You want two of them. You ready to go? You want a gaming one and another one. I already know. But so I'm excited to be able to kind of get them on camera and kind of hang out with old uncle and stuff and kind of teach them some stuff and kind of watch their journey. You know what I mean? It's not just the adults' journey. It's also the kids' journey and kind of watching them expand and grow and kind of come into their own and stuff and meet new friends and kind of build their little community. Just like we build community, kids also build communities. So I'm looking forward to it. And I know that the Simple Life Reclaimed and Country Road Pure kids are going to love them and be excited to welcome them into their little group and stuff. So
And we're excited to meet you all, by the way.
yes.
We almost feel like we know you already. We've watched so many videos.
Yeah, so it's cool. And that's another thing that I told them whenever they came here. You know, there's a community already in place. And to move all the way across the country and stuff like that and have a set community already in place definitely makes things a little easier, you know.
Yeah.
How about y'all? Y'all got anything to wrap up with before we get out of here and get to work?
Always chase your dreams.
Yes.
Don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about what they're going to say about you. Because in the end, all that matters is you and your family's happy.
Absolutely. Well, I can't keep it more real than that, guys. Until we see each other again, come on.
Come
Hey,
on.
keep it real.